Hi, this is LT Survival. My name is Louis and this is the video presentation of the channel. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. This channel main focus will be wilderness survival with a touch of no nonsense. We'll try to use every piece of technology to simplify our survival. Obviously, if you're prepared, you will maybe never have to use the survival technique you'll learn, but at least you'll be ready in case of problem. So we'll try to use every available mean to turn an ordeal to a walk in the park. My background for survival, well, when I was a youth, very young, I lived in a rural area in Quebec near woods, so I was always in there. And later on I joined the Royal Army Cadets movement to learn more techniques and survival itself. I went all over Canada with the movement, so I experienced many of the environment. Obviously, here in Quebec, snow is a prime, so we've got plenty of snow. -7 today is a very nice winter day, but pretty cold this winter. So we're going to try to see how to apply all those seasons to our survival. Later on in life, I joined the Army, the Canadian Forces, and was going to the Navy, and later on joined the Army. So I had plenty of chance to put some of those tech to trial, and it was quite an experience to be around the world and be able to adapt to some new environment. After I went out of the military, I joined a company that was doing survival as his business, so I taught map and compass use and all kinds of other techniques, and refined some of the survival technique I had already learned. And today, well, I'm part of the reserve again, and I'm training some new cadets. I'm with the Corps of Instructor for the cadet movement, and we'll teach them all kinds of survival techniques and improvised lodging for the woods. So again, try to put that knowledge all together and bring you some no-nonsense use of the survival techniques you might have to use in the future. As I say, if you're prepared, you might not even use those techniques, and you might just go away and come back home without any other problem. As I've already stated, our main goal will be wilderness survival and some fieldcraft techniques. I don't say bushcraft because there's a kind of a lore in between bushcraft and fieldcraft. I use the technique that's needed to do the task and not necessarily rely on old style, old ways of doing things. If we have a modern way of doing it, we'll be using it to our advantage. So we'll be conducting as much of those techniques. Again, I stress the word preparedness. Preparedness is the key of all survival. It is the way we're going to do it. Something I'll be touching will be building a shelter, starting fire using knives, using small knife to cut a branch without having to whack the hell out of it. Our knives are not necessarily built for that. You might have just a folder, and a folder won't survive if you whack the branch so much to cut it. You can't cut a tree obviously with a folder, but you can get pretty good sized branch if you know techniques. So there are some tricks we'll be pulling out from experience that work pretty well into establishing a way of doing our fieldcraft. So we'll try to get you some nice video on all those techniques, and also my video will be oriented to help instructor for the cadet movement. I'm going to do it in both languages, in French and English. These are the official language of Canada. There's youth movement across the country, so in English for the rest of you, but in French also for our easternmost city of Quebec, which speaks mostly French. So they'll be in both languages. You'll see both titles appear. We'll try to have as much video in both languages. So it's going to be useful for those cadet instructors. We'll try to do capsules that are not so long, so they can use it in the classroom. So stay tuned. Soon we'll start all those. With the spring coming up, we'll be more in the field and have more video up for you to enjoy. Please subscribe, click like, and tell your friend that we're on the YouTube channel. This is LT Survival. Hope to see you soon. See you next time.